lighting enthusiasts out there, I'd like to introduce you to the arches I created this year. This is my first project, and each arch is 25 feet long, laid flat, spanning across 13.5 feet. The arches themselves consist of pixel nodes. I got 100 of them, picked up by a reputable distributor called Reiwu out of China. Each of the arches are held together. They support each other by an 1/8 inch rope. At the end, it's anchored by a dog tie. And every 10 feet is a small little loop that I incorporated, and within that loop I put a small little zip tie and zip tied that to the arches, so they're giving them exact measurements apart from each other. Across the middle I have a rope to prevent sagging, and with that I have a special little slip knot, which actually doesn't slip. Once you set it, it stays in place. You can learn this on animatedknots.com, and it came very handy for a lot of things. It's actually a very handy knot to learn. I recommend everybody to learn it. The arches themselves are actually lawn edging picked up out of Lowe's, and this lawn edging allows me to insert the pixels in the small cross very easily without any effort. And they're very tight too. Within the hollow tube, I can insert the 1/2 inch PVC. On this side of the driveway, I couldn't stake into the ground, so I had to come up with a system which is basically just T's going across all the way down, PVC. But I also used that whole T system on the grass side as a template to put in the 3-foot rebar. I didn't go in the ground 3 feet, but the rebar itself is like 3.5 feet. The arches, like I said, inside is the electrical conduit that I have. There's 3 pieces, 3 10-foot pieces. 2 of them I cut 2.5 feet off of the end, so I basically only had 2 joints within the structure themselves, giving me a total of 25 feet. I do have some inflatables in my yard, just to let you know, and I found it easy to I like to just screw them right to the pallet. It makes it a lot easier and prevents them from blowing away. During the summer, I knew that I'd be decorating my house over and over and over again, so I prepared for it. I went out, I started getting all the equipment slowly over the winter time, accumulating the things, found some low profile electrical covers so they didn't look really gaudy out there in the yard, and slowly I just started accumulating things, building my list, planning everything out, taking my time, picking up all the things that I need to do a nice even job. I even went as far as to once I marked everything out in the yard, I did the call before you dig, which is required in the United States, and I also even got a town permit and dug up my yard, laid all the wire. I also strung in networking, which is Cat 6E. I made myself a little jury rig, which has the wires coming out, so I could just truck it around the yard into different pipes and throw it in there. The first controller you see here is a standard power supply picked up from Reiwu, and this is a SanDevices E6804, and the pixels hook directly up to them. The 100 pixels hook directly up to the ports. I also have what's known as a French cleat, which I can add and remove the box at whim. If something was going wrong with the box, I can just unscrew the connections and pick up the box and go in my cellar and work on it. Some of the arches would lean one way or another, so I had to anchor them, to pull them to make them all even. But as you can see, you can barely even see the 1/8 inch rope that goes all the way across, so it's kind of like an illusion. My other box I have set up here, I ended up using a PC power supply. I tried to save myself some money and learned how to hotwire a PC. I used, in mounting it in the CG 1500, it's a very commonly used outdoor box. It was very tough because the zip ties were very thick, and I drilled holes and zip tied it. And again, there's another 6804 where the thing's hooked directly up to. SanDevices has been very good to me. Jim is a very good distributor for that product. Up here in the porch, I will show you the networking and the plug. The networking, one goes to the house and the other port goes down to the pole in case I wanted to just run something from here down to the pole. Now I made these arches flexible so that I could lay them flat and then store them away. My other project was making this little storage unit which allowed me to lay all the arches flat out and then underneath there put totes and store more Christmas, and I got plenty of room for expansion. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little tour, and I hope to put some out again next time. Thank you for watching.